Alright, enough this old house. I love this old house. I don't have this in New York anymore. This goddamn disaster. Let's talk about wire management, cable management. Oh my god! Oh my god! If I want to be a presentable gentleman and actually, like, take photographs of this area, it doesn't matter how nice my projection screen is, or how much effort went into it, or how nice these speakers are. It doesn't matter, because that's all everyone sees is that pile of garbage. Just, ugh. Ugh. Now, if I attack this on camera with you, I don't know how long this video is going to take. It could take weeks. It could take years. Roommate's out of town for the weekend, so it's not going to matter if his computer, his NAS, his receiver, and the cable box. Those are things that are going to go offline when I attack. Now, God, don't break anything. Damn you, weather and niceness. We have a UPS power, APC power thing. And since it doesn't have enough plugs to actually do the battery backups on all the stuff that needs battery backups, here's a power strip plugged into the power backup. And then we've got the battery backup for the Verizon router. And then we've got the Verizon router. And then we've got the router that my roommate owns, although we're replacing it. And then we've got this is a switch, little baby switch, because now that I'm here, there's just too much stuff for just the 7 Verizon router. So, computer, NAS, receiver, router, modem, switch, power strip, and printer. So that's what I'm dealing with. And if I wanted to move it over to what's coming out of here, the only wire coming from here to there is one network cable. Now I have a 500-foot spool of network cable and the crimper to make crimpers. I have a degree in networking. I should be able to crimp network cables. So I'm going to redo anything that can be redone. Obviously all my speaker wires and stuff are all going that way. And actually this, no, not that. One of those down there is for these actuators. It's just a set of speaker wires, because it's all a match. White speaker wire, by the way, the UL listed stuff is not good if you want to hide it. I may try to get some sort of masking, or I may just go and Velcro tie everything. Once everything is settled and nothing is being added, then you could really get intense. And I haven't been intense because I haven't been finished. So, let's pretty up this hellhole of a corner. And I'm putting the sun back on. Oh, God. Santa. Flowers. Step 1. Completely disconnect the entire world. See you later, Internet. Alright, as with any proper operation, you want to have as many piles after you rip things apart as possible. So we have got the computer equipment pile here. Cable box, computer, NAS, router, switch. I pulled out my my little label maker and I labeled all these power bricks, because guess what? This power brick and this power brick don't say the names of the goddamn fucking units they're powering. So if you reverse them, hey, something blew up. So we've got random network cables. These are all getting replaced with custom made ones, so those are out of the way. Power cables, network cables. We've got hubs and... Hello? It's fine. We got power strips here. These 3 were in use. There was one back there, there was one over there, and another one over there. The APC is new. Here's coaxial, which I'm going to have to reuse to wire that thing, and I could also make coaxial. I whipped these out. These are the ones I bought from Monoprice for my rack here. These are just very short, very heavy-duty standard PC connectors. So if I could not use a 6-footer and use a 1.5-footer, I will. I really wish this son of a bitch. Look at it. Why are you giving me 16 feet of cable, Verizon? God damn it. Here's the chair filled with remotes, some speaker wire. Here's a network crimper I bought. It locks if you do it the right way. Hold on. Whatever. Whatevs. Alright, here is the Verizon modem. And it's a fiber line, so I'm not touching the fiber line. It's actually screwed in place. It comes in here, and it's a big black piece of shit. And actually, I do have the stuff I use for the wire. The white. I could pull this out. Run another shield over it. That's a super custom job. Here are the power cable and HDMI coming from the television. Here are 4 speaker cables. We've got left rear from my amp. We've got left channel. We've got backup left channel coming straight from the Behringer, and we've got the center channel, which is just continued and looped up here. On this side, we've got right channel, right from the Behringer, and that's it. Just those 2. There's also a white coax that doesn't do jack shit, that just keeps going around the room, and I'm not going to touch that. The power outlets in this room are as follows. There's one there, which I'm using for my rack. There's one here, which sticks out past all the equipment. That's an old air conditioning unit, which is like 220. I'm not touching that. And there's one all the way back here, which everything was plugged into originally. So, now it's a matter of figuring out what needs to be plugged in, how many things need to be plugged in, and where I'm plugging them in. Power first, then we'll worry about everything else. And where I'm putting all this equipment, because it's not just going to stay in a pile in front of that window. I'd like to get everything under that cabinet there. So I will. Ha! Ha! I got another confession to make.
I got another confession.
People didn't respect me till I put on the camera. Alright, old network cables. I cut one of the coax in half and re-crimped it so it'd be shorter. Here it is. Now, I'm not one of those cable porn freaks that's gonna be like, oh my god, that's out of line, and those is rub. I don't care. They're out of the way. There's a big bundle there. The only thing missing is I have to extend the USB from the printer to the network stuff, which is over here, power strip there. There's power strip and UPS back here, and then there's another little power strip there. So things are all powered in their own spots. Get down to my knees now. Right, that stuff's falling over, but you got the idea. So network stuff's all back there. I gotta see how the Wi-Fi is gonna work. It's the center wire I can lay down too. My little angled thing. There's that. There's that. The modem with its battery backup is behind the Synology RAID. Here's a little computer now in the front. I Velcro stuck the big power strip, and then there's the other power strip. All down here, and I made all the custom little wires. Oh, my knee. Oh, my back. Little 6-inch jumpers and stuff. I gotta reline this up. There you go. Passive sub. The pulse to go with the Marantz. Actually, the Marantz can slide over. Marantz doesn't need to be here. Yes, it does, actually. Straighten all these out. Alright. So, those loops are there so I can pull these towers out when need be. And there's that. That's not. By the way, this operation took 4 hours. No! Stay! This is down here. That's the control over the